But I just want to say to you, Stanley.
Yeah.
Why do you say yes 100% of the time when you don't know the answer?
Because I thought I saw it there.
The answer is yes.
Always yes.
I'd be like, Chris, can we shoot a grill up in space by the end of the show today? Yeah. We're going to do that.
But he does eventually tell you no.
Let me get on that.
Yeah. Eventually, when it's too late to correct it.
I got to find a gorilla first.
Well, you can see the video at Bennington Show on Twitter. The very uncomfortable embrace. I left a party once because I had a weird handshake with someone and I couldn't get right after that. My boss invited me to like a bar to celebrate her birthday, and her sister, who she had told me a lot about, was in town. I meet her sister and we go to shake hands, and somehow our fingers, like the webbing of our fingers, like we caught in between the wrong thing, and then we kind of like just shook our hands and like looked at each other. Like, and then we were like shaking the hand and looking at each other.
Shake.
And I'm not even kidding. I turned to my friend. I was like, we gotta go. I gotta go. It's like, well, I just got this drink. I gotta go. We gotta come up with an excuse.
Chug it. Chug that drink.
I can't be here anymore. I just did the world's weirdest handshake.
Well, you know, a hoof hand is bad, but I gave who did we ride up with yesterday in the elevator?
Michael Rappaport.
I gave him a weird handshake too, because I had this like this. So here, put your hand down. I went like this with him. I just had this weird thing where my fingers were going across
touching
his
the
palm.
palms.
Yeah, because I don't want to crush this tiny cigar that I have. And I was going like this, and I saw him like he went like he gave me like that's a weird handshake, and I just gave him a very concerned back.
Yes,
well,
yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm with you. This is weird right now. I've created a weird moment.
Handshake is very important. If it doesn't go right.
Well, you know, I always like anybody with, like, if they're missing a right hand. So you put your right hand out to me.
Yeah.
They'll do the thing with the left hand where they turn it.
Oh, yeah.
And even while they're doing that, I'll be like, I fucking am making him take his only hand, turn it backwards, and hand it to me because I'm the dick. And I'd actually go like this with him. I wish I didn't meet you now because I've created an odd moment. But I always like the fact that people who have something like that will take it upon themselves to make the other person feel okay. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know, I understand. You know, I'm missing an arm. This is my fault.
I had a friend in college who was blind, and I introduced him to another friend of mine, and she said to him, I actually know sign language.
Oh, no.
And I was like, why are you telling him that? And she's like, I just want him to know that. And then as she's saying it, and then
why would you even say that to her?
Because I was shocked what she had just said. I think I legitimately had a question, like, why are you telling him that? And then as I realized, she was like, because I want him to know that. And then he just had a great sense of humor about it. Like, you've never met a blind person. I'm guessing from your reaction.
And I'd be like, guess how far away I am from you. And
how
you
about
have
that?
The rest of the night to try and find me, but you won't.
Good luck, Daredevil.
Oh, you're blind. My cousin was just seeing Ray Charles a couple weeks ago. And it's amazing. It's amazing how good he can play the piano. I can't at all, and I can say it. Awkward.
Can you play any instruments?
She didn't even know actually how to speak sign language. She was just bragging that she knew the alphabet in sign language. It was so uncomfortable.
I don't want to call your friends cunnies, but in this case, it's true.
When I first met this guy, he came up to me and asked to bum a cigarette. And the person who had been standing next to me, he didn't know me. He just came up to a group of smokers and said, hey, can I bum a cigarette from someone? And the guy who was standing next to me just slowly, quietly backed off and walked away like, I'm going to hide from the blind person.
Because he didn't want to give up his smoke?
Yeah.
What a fucking prick. You know what? I think if you're blind in this country, free cigarettes for the rest of your life.
I agree with you. That's why I gave it to him.
Someone stabbed my eyes immediately. Ron, here's a pen. This could work.
First of all, this went a different direction than I expected. Second of all, you got it, Stanley.
I'm your huckleberry on that. Come on up.
Oh, yeah, I'll be a huckleberry.
Where the cartons at, then?
I will at least buy you free cigarettes for the rest of the summer if I can poke your eyes out.
Do we have a
Viral
deal?
video.
That's
do
a
we,
start.
Do we
That's
have a deal?
It's sounding pretty damn good.
Let's try to get a Kickstarter, a fucking crowd fundraiser, whatever they call this shit.
Nice. Yes.
Crowdsourcing, crowdfunding.
Thank you. I saw a thing yesterday. They're trying to do crowdsourcing for people who don't want to work, and there's a thing that says that the governments have enough money, and this could happen in the future once robotics take place, that everybody will get a livable amount of money, right?
Okay.
And then it's up to you whether you want extra money by working.
Wow.
So everyone gets a living stipend every month.
Well, living stipend, I guess you could call it. I mean, the Arabs countries do that with their oil excess.
I think that's kind of cool. I feel like you're going to get a lot of people just doing, creative endeavors, crafts.
That's exactly what they're looking for.
Maybe also some charity work, frees up the time to do
Exactly.
good.
I could stay at home and answer the suicide hotline.
Yeah.
And I'd be like this all day. Why you want to kill yourself when we get the fucking stipend? Slowly kill yourself the way I am through diabetes. Have more fun.
You don't have to work now.
Remember a time we didn't have a stipend, okay? You don't have it so bad.
But you know what? It's they figured out not too long ago that if they give homes to homeless people, it saves money. Because of the amount of man hours that are spent picking them up and taking that you just give them a home, and
Or throwing them in jail, which
right,
is
throw
also
them in
very
jail, which is expensive, or drop them off at the emergency ward is expensive. So they've proven to some of these towns, look, you'll save money by just giving a fucking place to live to homeless people. It makes taxpayers furious. Taxpayers like, I'd rather spend more fucking money because I'm working all day. Now you're just fucking giving them a place to live.
That's horrifying. Come on, guys. It comforts you to know people are sleeping on the street?
They think that if you take away the carrot and the stick, you'll have a slower economy and people. I don't want to say the Chris Stanleys of the world. What? But I'm trying to get that across without using his name.
Right.
But you just
there
did.
Is some lazy ass motherfuckers who, like when he was very happy with a 75 today. You know what I mean? Most aggressive, competitive people would be furious with a 95. Mm-hmm. Stanley.
No.
Happy with his 75 score.
Give me my stipend.
His C.
And I know he probably cheated on that.
No, I did not. That was a genuine 75.
Why brag about it?
It was a lot better than I thought I was going to do. That's why.
It's only 5 points away from mine, and I had pure shame. Pure shame.
But see, here's the thing. You're not a stipend head the way Stipey is.
Is the stipend's coming in yet?
Get that sweet, sweet
Well, is this
stipend.
the government? I didn't get my stipend. Yeah, Stanley Chris. Stanley. No, Stanley is the second name. First name's Chris. Stanley. Stanley. No, that is not a second name. No, Chris is my Christian name. Stipend. Should be under Stanley and stipend.
This happens every month.
What's the exact minimum you can give me, and I'll take it right now. Hey, anybody over there get a chance to comment on plucking my eyes out for free smokes? Because I'll do it. That's how much I love smoking.
Do you get that email?
I said it's Stanley as a second name, not a first name.
How's it feel having the double first name?
Pretty cool.
You like it?
Yeah, I do like
Really
it.
a
Yeah.
triple first name because his middle name.
William. Christopher William Stanley.
Now, what would you rather? Double first name or double last name? Like people
Like the
were
married thing?
No, I mean
It would
like your
depend.
first name sounds like a last name, like
Oh,
Thompson or Winston or
I
something
thought
like that.
if I could be Ronald Vanderbilt Bennington, the way some of those
Well,
families.
that's definitely cool.
You know, like if I had a Kennedy on my mom's side,
Oh, yeah.
I'd be Kennedy Bennington.
There's no way you couldn't have a Kennedy in there.
Yeah, I'm going to get to Kennedy. As a matter of fact, I'd probably call myself Kennedy Bennington.
KKB.
I would call myself Kennedy even if in my family was the old MTV VJ. I'd still try to keep that Kennedy.
Well, the good thing about the double first, you can take either. It sounds like a name. You're Stanley.
Yeah.
That's a guy. I mean, I don't know.
His friends all call him Stanley.
Yeah, everyone calls me Stanley.
You know what I think I would do if I was you, though?
What's that?
CW Stanley. be one of those people
C-dubs?
who just goes with the initials into it.
I used to have that on my old learner's permit.
Is that right? You were C.W.
Because
Stanley?
they couldn't fit Christopher Williams, so it was C.W. Stanley. So whenever I looked at it, like, yeah, I look kind of classy in this picture.
That's
Or you could be
great.
C. William Stanley, which sounds really...
That sounds good.
sounds like a fucking guy you better take seriously.
That's distinguished. It's C.
Yeah.
William Stanley.
Would we call you C, though?
C-Dog.
Well, I usually call you C.
If your girlfriend had a prestigious name, would you consider changing your name to that so that you could pass on to their children a Rockefeller name? That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, God. I can't hyphenate it. It has to be one or the other, right?
Well, I know people. Jay Moore hyphenated his name.
I'd hyphenate.
He hyphenated and took his wife's last
Really?
name with his. Yeah,
Truly evolved.
yeah. But when you have Moore and Cox as the two names,
Right.
I'd stay away from both of them. You know what I mean?
Just go one name, the first name, like Prince, and that's it.
I used to know his last name. I can't think of it right now.
I don't know it at all. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
I've
did know
ever known it.
Yeah. It's, what are you looking at for, Stanley?
CW.
I might turn all those goddamn things off on you. Because it takes you out of the moment. It's like, I'm going to make everyone think I'm smart through Google. Google's going to make me look like a smart ass.
Feed my brain, Google.
You're addicted to the screens, man.
We all are, if you really think about it.
Go Pack Joe says, Pepper's not blind. Well, I've been buying him smokes for 5 years.
Thank you, Go Pack Joe. You're a good person.
Go Pack Joe, won't you come? Come with cigarettes. Go Pack Joe.
You're the best, Go Pack.
It's so
Makes
sweet.
me feel bad.
It's so sweet that he takes care of you.
Cigarettes wise.
And he gives you a stipend.
Gives you that sweet start.
Not yet.
Hey, your nickname would probably be Michael Stipend, is what people would show you. You'd be one of those assholes showing up with two different names.
It's just smart.
You should shave your head, too.
No, I'm going to keep the hair. I
One
want
of
to
your
keep the
computer
poof.
lines is turned up, Chris. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Voodoo.
What'd you
heard
do?
it.
Choose to ignore?
No.
I figured, what the fuck?
I never. No, never.
I figure I'd Google, how do you turn off this computer? Dear Google, how do you get to Google from here?
Dearest Google.
Dear Google, as you know, I've offered to give away my eyeballs for some Palm Alls.
My dearest Google.